Hey guys, welcome back to Macy Acres, and in today's episode, I dusted off the old archived videos and pictures of a project I did back in 2019, the restoration of this old 1963 wheel horse tractor. Picked up this wheel horse, 753. It's one of the older 1963 models. Round hood, always wanted a round hood. It's not as old a model that I really wanted to go with, but it had actually the engine and starter on this one. I liked it. It wasn't too far away from me. Actually picked this up in Lebanon, Indiana, which isn't too far, about $150. Tractor itself, the hood actually just comes right off. There's nothing really holding it on right now. Thing we did notice is that it is missing the carburetor and we are missing the coil. I actually went online, purchased some of those things, and just turned it over to see whether or not the motor is still working. It does work just fine. Bearings that are in these wheels, they sound pretty good. Steering still works very well. It still turns back and forth. Just a little bit of stiffness, but that's probably because there's a flat tire on the other side. What we've done so far, we've cleaned the points. We put a new coil on, got the spark plug cable, new one of those. The new carburetor's installed with the new hose. I went ahead and pulled the plug for the oil, wanted to see how the oil came out. The oil came out, it was black, but it wasn't thick and it wasn't clumpy, so that tells me that at least we've got decent oil. Just remember, if you guys are emptying any of these engines out and you've got the air cleaner on here and you got everything hooked up, to make sure you get all the oil out of here, loosen this up and allow it to just kind of lay to the side. That way it can get air in and it won't get stuck up in there. The other thing is, if you can start the engine first, let it run for a little bit before you drain it, because that'll get the oil flowing a little bit better. It was pretty slow tonight emptying, just due to the fact that we've never started this engine. It needs to be cleaned out, redone, rebuilt, and then put back together. I'm using 30 weight motor oil. That's what they recommend. This crankcase takes about 3/4 of a quart of oil, so we're just going to go ahead and start filling this up. Gonna turn this thing over, see if we've got any kind of spark coming off this coil. Good spark. 25 thousandths is what this is set to. Got a new line put in. Got a shutoff valve. Got a fuel filter. That runs around to the mechanical fuel pump. I went ahead and primed it up. And the way you prime it, make sure you have the ignition key off. I have a temporary one here. Turn that off, watch the fuel pump up into the carburetor. Now I'm going to turn this on. That'll give the spark to the spark plug, and we'll see if we can get it to fire up. All right, here we go. Test number 1. that's off. So there it is. It's now going to be time to start tearing the thing apart.